I'm Megan Strickland-Wiggins, and this is Artifact 1 for Criterion 2, Set Professional Learning Goals. I developed 2 professional learning goals for effective technology use. My first goal was to replace a traditional multiple-choice unit test with a technology-based authentic creative assessment in my 6th grade social studies class. I accomplished this goal through the planning and implementation of a week-long unit focused on monotheistic religions in Europe. As part of this unit, students conducted research on one of the 3 monotheistic religions. Students then explored and selected a digital tool to design an infographic to demonstrate and convey their knowledge and understandings to their audience, their peers. After completing their infographics, students explored and selected a concept mapping digital tool to categorize information presented in their peers' infographics and to generate connections between the 3 monotheistic religions of Europe. This authentic and creative assessment was guided by project rubrics and supported by resources organized in a BubluP content collection tool, as well as teacher and peer collaboration and feedback. My second professional learning goal was to share one of the tools used in this project with teachers in my building to support their own implementation of technology-based authentic creative assessments. I met this goal through planning and leading a professional development session on Adobe Express. I collaborated with my school's instructional coach to organize, plan, and carry out the professional learning session. In this session, I discussed the importance of authentic learning experiences, opportunities to use creative digital tools for assessment, and reviewed various options in Adobe Express that could be utilized in their classroom to allow for students to demonstrate their knowledge and understandings outside of a traditional selective response test. I shared with teachers the lesson plan and resources I organized using the BubluP collection tool, including project directions, the brainstorming chart, and project rubrics. My purpose in doing so was to provide teachers guidance in making a change to their assessment practices. My school's instructional coach and I sectioned out a portion of the professional learning for teachers to explore Adobe Express and reflect on how they might use the tool with their students. We also provided instruction for basic Adobe tools to help teachers feel comfortable including them in their instruction. The learning activities and assessments included in the Monotheistic Religions in Europe unit I designed and implemented with my 6th grade social studies students provide evidence for Criterion 13, co-learn with students about a new digital tool. This week-long unit was developed to replace a traditional multiple-choice unit test with a technology-based authentic creative assessment. To complete the unit, students were tasked with researching one of the 3 religions, designing an infographic to convey their knowledge and understanding to their audience, and constructing a concept map to categorize and connect information presented in their peers' infographics. Students had autonomy in the digital tools they selected to complete these tasks. The students and I collaborated to explore and discover new technology tools appropriate for completing the project. Through co-learning and troubleshooting, we improved our technology literacy with digital tools including Canva, Visme, Adobe Express, MindMap, Coggle, and MindMeister. I utilized a content collection tool named BubluP to organize project information and link tools students may want to explore for use in designing their infographics and creating their concept maps. For the infographics, I included links to Canva and Adobe, as well as online tutorials students could use to learn these tools. Some students were already familiar with these tools. I wanted to challenge these students to discover and learn new tools that would be appropriate for the project. The students and I collaborated in exploring these new tools and added them to the BubluP resources for others to use. These tools were new for both me and for the students, and this experience greatly supported co-learning as we experimented with the different elements and possibilities of these new digital resources. As true of any learning process, building our skills required us to work together to troubleshoot problems and find solutions. Students' prior knowledge and experiences with the purpose of infographics and concept maps impacted their experiences during the project. When implementing this unit in the future, I will provide scaffolding for students who are not familiar with the purpose of a concept map and/or an infographic. This will provide students with the background they need to explore possible digital tools for their project. Another challenge throughout the unit with co-learning was balancing my time and availability to work alongside students as we engaged in the learning process with new digital tools, and my ability to manage the learning environment and provide student feedback on their work. As students became well-versed in their new digital tool, they were excited to share their skills with their peers. This encouraged more collaboration among students and provided me with more opportunities to give students feedback. Co-learning with my students allowed them to see my openness and excitement when exploring new digital tools. Conveying this disposition was important for students who were hesitant in engaging in this learning process, or who were reluctant to take risks, face challenges, and experience failure as we learn from our mistakes. While I like to think of myself as a tech-savvy teacher, I am perfectly happy with my students having the mindset that if my teacher can do it, then I can do it too.